Hey there, Michelle with Triangle Social Media here. Happy to share some social media tips and tools that you can add to your toolbox, and hopefully that'll be valuable and helpful for you in your business. I'm going to do a screen share and talk through some of the things that we have in our toolbox today. And we shared some last month, and really there's just so many things. I think our toolbox would be overflowing. Is overflowing, and there's always things to add to it. So I have a list of bulleted items that we're going to talk through, and you may or may not have heard me share some of the things in the past. And as you know, social media strategies might change with platforms as they change. And so we want to just come back and review things and see if there's any updated strategies, pathways, or processes. So 10 more social media tools for your toolbox. And so some of the things we're going to talk about is the first thing, your welcome post. So here I am on my business page, and I am going to hop over to my friend, Fresh Coat Painters of Cary, and use them as an example to show you a pinned post, which you may use this strategy already. But you will see, so right now we're engaging as the business. And if I click that, I could toggle to myself, but because they are a client, you will see the options are different based on if you're interacting as yourself or as your business in what you see. So here's a pinned post. Okay, there it says right there, pinned post. And it's really just pinning your story, your call to action, maybe a current promotion that you have going on, event coming up. You can periodically change that pinned post. But how you do that is once you've created the post, you just click the three dots and you will see all these different options that you have. And one of them is to pin to the top of your page. And since it's already pinned, of course, I'm seeing the option to unpin it. But that is a great tool for you to use. I'm going to toggle to myself and just show you a little bit of the different interface. So there's the post again. Click the three dots. And so some of those options are different. Okay. So I can only pin as the business. Okay. So great strategy if you have a story, and we all have a story to tell. So take advantage of that and periodically change it, pin a post, and it does get more reach because people will see that first, whereas the others kind of move down the news feed of your business page, right? The next thing is using your personal profile. And you may or may not have heard me talk about that in the past, but let me hop over to my personal profile. And I will also open up another tab, right click and duplicate. Let's open up another tab and let us look at my business page. And this is only one of many pathways to get to your business page, right? So this way they're side by side. And you will see that the same cover photo I'm using on my personal profile as well as my business page. I also have the same headshot. And so one of the things you can do is, it doesn't always have to match up, but it's helpful for brand uniformity, recognition, if to have them the same. And so the other option you have is to click on the event, and I need to do some updating myself. So I'm going to circle back and maybe you'll see my changes, but you can edit the information that's in the photo. So edit the information, tag people, tag businesses. This was an event that I had recently, so I need to update this. But, you can tag each individual person and their business, right, in the commentary section, as well as in the photo itself. So there's going to be people tagged in the photo, right? And to tag someone, you just click that little tag button, and then you just tap anywhere and you start typing whoever it is you're wanting to tag. And when you're done, you just click done tagging. Okay. It just helps, those people or businesses will get the notifications. It invites people to engage on that post, and you have so many opportunities. So we have the photo itself to tag people and businesses, and we have the commentary section. So we're going to do that in both the business page as well as the personal profile. So you have double the opportunity to tag the people and businesses that are related to that photo. Let's take a look at the next thing, your business name, your username. I have noticed sometimes a business forgets or doesn't know to create a username, and it makes it a lot harder to tag that person. So you will see, here's my username, and it's directly affected or related to the URL. So if I change or add a username, then my URL also changes. And so you want to make sure that you know, places where you've shared that link before you had your username added, you want to make sure you update that, like on your website, because otherwise it'll be a broken link, and you want people to be able to find you on social media, right? So add your username. Sometimes the name is not available, and although that can be discouraging, you could pick something that's similar or add an extra digit or number or letter. So yeah, Triangle Social Media by itself was not available, so I added the letter M at the end. And so sometimes when people are tagging me, they start typing, or if I'm tagging myself, I'll start typing with the @ symbol, right? Triangle Social Media, and it'll pop up before I even get to the letter M. But if there's any issue, because sometimes there's glitches on Facebook, we know that, look at the URL of the person you're trying to tag, and you will see their on their personal profile. If you're trying to tag a person and it's not coming up, look at the URL of their personal profile, copy that. So it's my name, but it has a dot. Excuse me. Same thing with the business page. So if they don't have a username, it's going to be difficult to tag them. But, I've had to look sometimes on the personal route, trying to tag a person, where I noticed their username on their personal profile was kind of different and not anything expected and not really related to their name. So I was having a hard time. And so then I just go to their page and I look at the URL, and that's what I use to tag. Okay. For the person. For the business, look at their username, make sure you're using their username to tag them. Because again, sometimes I have seen businesses where their username for their business, it's not exactly the same as their business name. And it might possibly create an issue finding them or tagging them. So play around with that and get familiar with that, and you'll have more success tagging. Let's see, what do we got here? We're going to talk about the rest of your personal profile. So other elements that you have in your personal profile, I want to finish mentioning some of these features, which you may have heard me talk about, but you have this option up here, which is personal branding. Really, you could put whatever you want, extra information about your business or your personal, hashtag your business if you want to use this as part of the personal profile funnel. And then scrolling down the intro section, you have all this space to add, or you can hide and not have it show different elements of things. And if you click on edit details, you can show or hide the different things. You can edit or add information. So play around with that again periodically and see what information you can add about yourself, about your business. And you can also add your all your social media profiles. You can also add photos. So let me toggle back over here and show you related to the personal profile funnel. As people look at your personal profile, they might see your photo and it catches their eye and they recognize it, and they come over to your business page, right? And so what are they going to see on your business page? Maybe the pinned post. And so there's just different elements of things that help to bring that branding, uniformity, and recognition, right? So that more people can find you and connect with you. And the other option is, of course, the photo section, this grid. You can add a photo. If I click edit, you can put several photos, and you may only use this for your, you might not even use this feature, but if you do, it might just be special family photos, and that's fine. Of course, whatever you want, it's yours. But if you use it for business and you choose one photo that might be product or something about your business, it'll take up all the space in that grid, which is a little bit more catching to the eye. So play around with that and see what you think. And I just made this in Canva. It's simple, and it's a subtle reminder of my website and my business name. Of course, down here you have the auto grid of photos that you either added, uploaded, or were tagged in. And then your friends, which usually that shows on the first ones showing are either most recently added or most engaged with. And so the friends that you see here will reflect that. generally. And so, yeah, that's pretty much the personal profile funnel. Now, coming back over to the business page, let's talk about your response rate. So, as you get engagement in messaging or people commenting, sometimes Facebook actually will remind you, say, respond to so and so, they had a question. And so, not all the time, but sometimes you'll see that. And, so they're trying to help. They want people to be engaging and receiving that response. And so they do grade you on how quickly you respond. Okay. And of course, it's in our interest to respond to any messages or comments, but just to keep that in mind, that's something that Facebook does, and they grade you on that, and they give you a response rate, that you're 99% or 100% responds usually within 2 hours, for example. Okay. So it's just something to think about, something Facebook does, and I thought worth mentioning. Okay. Let's talk about your business news feed. This is such a great and strong strategy. And I'm sure I've probably mentioned it before because it is a wonderful thing to do. So as you like businesses as your business, and to do that, by the way, you go to a business page and you click on the 3 dots. And so, of course, I've already liked my page, right? And one of the options is to like as your page. So this is your business page liking another business page. And that's separate from your personal likes that you like as yourself, right? And so once you've done that, you've liked a page, it will then show in your news feed. And this right here, this news feed, and I have found you have to refresh it a lot of times when you get here, if you're not seeing the posts of those businesses that you've liked. So as I scroll down, so mine, I guess I don't need to refresh it. That's fine. So there's some pages that, and I will add that Facebook will put some, which is more recent. I have not liked this page, but Facebook will put some suggested featured posts in this thread. And I find that to be a newer feature. It used to be a little bit more secluded and only the pages that I liked without any extra ads or things. But, Facebook is going to change and add things. So that's fine. It may be interesting to me. So there'll be news articles. They also suggest other pages that I might be interested in following as my business. Now, many of these here I've liked already as myself. And so for that reason, Facebook is suggesting that I like as my business page. So I might go through here and decide, oh, maybe I do want to follow them as my page. Okay, I'll do that. And then continue scrolling down, and you're going to see some of the pages that you've liked as your business page. If there's a lot more of them, they're just more active posting. But in this thread, there's my friend Kathy. And so just scrolling. There's a lot of Business Insider. I need to double check on that. I do not think I have liked that page as my page. Yeah, I like this. So anyway, as an example, I'm going to click on and like and love, right? Now let me show you that if I hover over this, it shows Triangle Social Media did the engaging, right? Not Michelle. Now I can do it as myself as well, of course, if I want to, but this is a great feature because you can spend some targeted, purposeful engagement as your business on other business pages. So you can, of course, comment, love, like, strong emojis are always best, and just spend a few minutes every day on that in this news feed. And also, every however often you're able, add a few more to this, and it just increases that library or bank of other businesses that you are collaborating by engagement with and supporting. And more than likely, they're going to reply back and engage back on your platform as well. So it's all positive and it's all great. It's all good. And that is the news feed. So, visit it at least every day, right? Okay, let's take a look. Now, I do have some other things that I'm going to talk about in the Social Media Coaching Club, but there are so many things to talk about. We have so many different strategies, and they're all tools. So what's in your toolbox? What kind of things do you use? Any of the things we mentioned here? Please respond with things you have found to be helpful and that are in your toolbox. Love to hear it. And of course, love to help if you need any help with your social media. Reach out, Michelle at trianglesocialmedia.com. Thank you for watching this video. I'm going to stop the share and look forward to sharing more tips and resources every month, and sometimes we play around with the date and time. That's okay. But for right now, it's still the first Fridays at 10 o'clock and just going live in several places so that we can offer value and help people, really, because that increases, again, you should be doing videos on your platforms because it increases brand awareness for you. And when you offer value, you become an expert in your field, and people might think of you when they need your services, or they meet someone else who needs your services, and then you come to mind and they suggest you. And of course, I hope that happens for me as well. And it does. And I appreciate all the people that have given me referrals. It's a great feeling. It's wonderful to, be thought of and have your brand out there. And, strong brand is so important. And you get there so many different ways, but I feel the strongest way is by offering value and giving advice, giving tips. What is your expertise in? Share about it, and don't just only promote the thing you're selling, the thing you're, whether it's a product or a service, because your brand is stronger than that. It goes beyond that into your personality, and people want to get to know you. So you guys have a wonderful day, week. We'll see you next Wednesday. And thank you so much for watching. Bye-bye.